My name's Cedric Fortin. I am going into year 7 and I want to be a microbiologist.
When I went to school, I remember waiting for the bell, and we would go directly to our classroom. In the classroom, there would be 30 to 35 students with one teacher. Everybody knew what to expect. And when I became a teacher, it was the very same. Kids would walk into the classroom, sit down at the desk, and do what they were told. I didn't believe education was really meeting the needs of the students. And I didn't believe that schools belonged to the adults. Schools really belonged to the children. So the real goal was to make sure that the school actually belonged to the students and it was their home away from home. So we wanted to make a change.
Not only do I want to be a microbiologist, but I also like making videos and playing the ukulele. Those really go together. If you guys don't think that it goes together, that's the wonder of arts immersion. Science is connected to music and art's connected to language arts. It's all connected in some way, and I think that's really cool. We didn't connect projects like that in my old school.
Through the arts, you're taught to express yourself and express your own opinions and express your creativity. And through that, learning becomes easier and more comfortable. I think that arts immersion is really just about really appreciating not only the arts, but appreciating what you can find in yourself and how you can bring that out to benefit other people and maybe one day the general public.
I remember the first aha moment I had when I was touring this school years ago, and I was watching grade 3 students. At the time in their science class, they were learning about cloud formations. But these kids weren't just memorizing cloud formations. Their task was to dance out the cloud formations. And when you see young children being creative in dancing out cloud formations, for me, it was a moment of realization that what the school is doing is something very, very different and something very special.
In order to make things work, you have to be a leader at some point, and you have to have self-discipline, and you have to be patient. And I think the genius of this school is that so many students do that without even realizing it.
We try very hard to give all our students as individuals those opportunities to lead and be leaders in their classroom, in their community, on their sports teams throughout. I think that's really important, is that idea of learning by being engaged. The other way that we really foster is the nature of our classes. Our classes are not set up in a way where it's a teacher dictating or sharing information. It's exploratory. Students are taught to question things. Students are taught to ask difficult questions. They're taught to seek those answers. And really, I think that's what we need in our leaders for today and tomorrow, is people that aren't just satisfied with the status quo, that they're looking for better ways to do things, that they really truly are engaged citizens. And when you have engaged citizens, I think they're going to step up and be leaders. And Calgary Arts Academy does do a great job of ensuring students are engaged.
My profession, I'm neither an artist nor an educator, I'm an economist. But what I love about the school, and what I fell in love with the model of what we're doing here at the school, is that we're bringing up a whole generation of student learners who are creative. That is enormously important. As an economist, sometimes I worry about the levels of creativity in the adult population. It's not always there where it should be. What we're doing at the Calgary Arts Academy is instilling in child learners the sense of creativity and discovery as they're learning and having fun while they're learning. And that's really, really important, because the generation that will be in the workplace years from now will need those creative thinkers, will need adaptable thinkers, and that's what we're doing at the Calgary Arts Academy.
Calgary Exhibition and Stampede actually decided in 2005 it was time to get back to our roots and become a world-class year-round gathering place for Calgary. And in order to do that, we really had to outreach Calgary. It wasn't just about our programs and what we wanted to see. It was really, how do we serve the best interests of Calgary? The youth campus originally started as a singular building that was about the performing arts, and around about that same time is when I was introduced to the Calgary Arts Academy. And over a decade later, we actually now think that we have a youth campus that is actually anchored by the Calgary Arts Academy that doesn't just outreach Calgarians, it outreaches Southern Alberta. And it does so through the performing arts and also through what we now call inspired spaces, which are spaces that are about everybody and for everybody.
We were thrilled when we received notice from Minister Oberg that our charter was approved, and we had volunteers show up to clean the school and to clean the grounds of the building and get ready for the first day. On the first day, we were waiting right here out on the road for the 3 buses, but we didn't know whether students would actually get off the buses. We were thrilled when we began our first day with 214 students. I will never forget the 8 staff performing for the students on the first day and getting together and singing "O Canada" for the first time. It was a wonderful experience.
I remember back in first grade, I was very, very timid back then, and I didn't talk to a lot of people. And so the first day of first grade, I hid under the piano that was in the classroom. My teacher, he didn't force me out from where I was hiding. He didn't try to get everyone's attention on me. He said, "Why don't you come out and play the piano instead?" I crawled out and I started pressing a couple keys, and people started saying, "Wow, that's really cool, can I try?" Even if it was such a small thing in like the larger scale of things that have happened since then, it was a really good example of not only how welcoming the school is, but how much even just a little bit of the arts can bring people together.
I started a year ago with my brother. My brother is in year 4, and before he came to this school, he was really, really sad when he came home, and he didn't really want to talk or anything. And now when he gets home from the Calgary Arts Academy, he's really like bubbly and he always has a smile on his face. And I thought that that was really awesome to see in him, that he was happier. And I feel like he's having a better life now because of Calgary Arts Academy. It's a really different way of teaching. It's really open, and I think that that really suits him because he has a really great imagination. He flourishes in that. He really enjoys being in a school where that's supported.
So here we are, 13 years later. We have a proven track record. We have a wonderful partner, the Calgary Stampede, and we have the support of the Alberta government to renovate the historic Weston Bakery. Our students need the opportunity to experience learning in large spaces. They need the opportunity to have a dance hall, a music studio, a music classroom, and a place to do things like sculpture. Because this is not a regular school building, the Alberta government has requested we raise money to make this happen. We really need your help to make our dream become a reality.
We need to have big space in order to do big things. And the future of education is really changing, and we need to be at the forefront of that change and really think about space in a different way. Youth Campus allows that. It allows us to move forward. It allows us to be an example for others about what can happen and how we can really engage students in different ways that meet their needs and prepare them for the world that they're going to inherit.
So I actually feel that we're at a unique stage right now. We've spent over a decade selling the vision. We actually have people who believe in the vision, and with all visions, there's a certain reluctance and fear to move forward. This is a unique opportunity. It's one that we're way past the 90% funded mark, but it certainly needs to continue to have the funding in order to be successful. I just hope that in 5 years' time, we're standing here and we're actually talking about how this changed the face of education, both in the arts, but also how people share and how we truly do become greatest together.
And this is where we invite you to participate in being part of the next chapter of the Calgary Arts Academy. It's a bold vision we have for the school and for our campus, but it is going to require the financial contributions of a lot of different players. But we hope that you share the vision and share the dream of the Calgary Arts Academy, and that you choose to participate with us as we take the next step of our story.
In 2003, when our school opened, the staff and I waited on the sidewalk for the buses to arrive. Imagine how exciting it will be when we stand on the sidewalk together and wait for the students to arrive at our new education center, a center that you helped create. We are really changing the way education is being delivered in Alberta, in Canada, and for the world. I'm so excited for that day.